Hello, hello. Welcome to another session on lines and angles. In the previous video, we had learned about various types of angle, the various pairs of angles. The last two, which we had not been able to take in the last in those videos, are supplementary and complementary angles. Let's understand them here. First one I'm taking is supplementary angles. Supplementary angles, we are talking about two angles, a pair of angles where the sum of the two angles will be 180 degree. So the sum of two angles will be 180 degrees. And on the other hand, when the sum of two angles is 90 degree, then it is called a pair of angles are called complementary angles. We'll be taking some applications on the ones which we had discussed in the previous video, as well as now the one which we are taking up now. And the last one in this section will be sum of the angles at a point. Sum of the angles at a point. That means this is suppose a point. What will be the sum of as many angles as you can draw at this given point? The sum of all the angles which are drawn at a given point will be 360 degrees. Let's see. Now we can take a few questions. The first one I'll write here. I have good enough space. It says that we have to find the angles in each of these questions. The angles are complementary and the larger is 20 degree more than the smaller one. Right? Now we have to frame an equation to this. Not an equation, we have to understand what it says. Complementary means we have seen in the concept that the sum of two angles will be 90. So it will look like this. There are two angles, it says. So this are the two ones. Suppose this I mark as X and that I refer to as the smaller angle. And the larger one here will then be 20 more than the smaller one. So this will be represented by X plus 20. And we know that the sum of these two, like X plus 20, will give us 90 degrees. Now from the equation we get 2x is equal to 90 minus 20. And then x is equal to 90 minus 20, that gives us 70. Now if x is 70, I'm getting some mistake here. Now x will be like 70 by 2 because I missed that 2. That's giving me, I'll write 2 here, and then x is getting to be 35. Like if x is 35 here, the bigger angle will be 20 plus 35, and that's 55. To check your answer, you can see that 55 plus 35 gives us 90. So we are right in our answer. Let's see another one. I move on to another screen. Next question here is, says an angle is 30 degrees less than 2 times its supplement. Find the angles. Now it says, now this is talking about supplementary angles, so they will just be, the sum will be 180. I'm just assuming this to be the figure. One is the smaller one, the other is a big one. The angle is 30 less than 2 times its supplement. Now if this angle is marked as x, if I'm taking one angle measurement as x, the supplementary angle to that angle, given angle will be 180 minus x. Now the relation between these two will be, an angle is 30 less than, so whatever they say, we write it down first. This is 30 less than 2 times its supplement. Supplement we have found out to be 180 minus x. This is equal to the given angle which we had taken as x. But why this is the one which we, we'll just go through it again. It says this is the angle. This angle is 30, which is less, so I have subtracted 30 from twice the supplementary angle. So this is the supplementary angle. Let's solve and remove the bracket. This is 360 minus 2x minus 30 is equal to x. So we keep this 360 minus 30 will give us 330, and if I carry 2x to the other side, it will be plus 2x, thereby getting 330 is equal to 3x. So x will be 330 by 3, and that's 110. So the one angle is 110, so the other one will be 180 minus 110, and that's giving us 70. Hope you are following this question. Let's take one wherein they are given, there is a figure. I'll just draw a figure here. Yes, this is one. I can draw here. I'll mark the ones, these angles. This is x degrees. This is given as 3x degrees. This is 2x degree. This is a very small 10-degree angle which is actually given, and the last one here, a big one, which is 4x. The vertex at which these are drawn is O. We have to find or to calculate the value of x. If you just noticed, we mentioned that the sum of the angles, as many angles which are drawn at a point, will give us 360. So that makes our equation as x, the first angle, plus the second angle, the third angle, the fourth angle, and I have the fifth one. That should give us a sum of 360. Now let us try and solve. X plus 3x plus 2x is equal to 6x. 6x plus 4x is equal to 10x. Right? Yeah, it is giving me 10x. Oh, sorry. 10x. Now if I carry 10 to the other side, it will be 360 minus 10. That will give us 10x is equal to 350. So x will be equal to 350 by 10. That is equal to 35. So if we were not supposed to calculate all of them, but once in any question, if you're asked to find all the angles given or drawn, once you get x, you just multiply here to get this value, you multiply it by 3, similarly multiply by 2, multiply by 4 here to get the rest of the angles. Let's move on to another page. We can now take up the concept of parallel lines and the transversal. You must have heard of the parallel lines. Any two lines in a plane that do not intersect, like the ones I'm drawing, these are called the parallel lines. That means the distance between the two lines will be same all throughout. They are equidistant all throughout. They don't intersect at any point. They are called the parallel lines. A transversal means a line that cuts across the two of the more parallel lines, two or more actually, like this one, or any way it is drawn, like this one as well. So transversal is a line that cuts across two or more parallel lines. So we just saw, or just we kind of understood about parallel lines, and we just learned what is a transversal. But these two will be intersecting at two distinct points of the given parallel lines. When there is a parallel line, when there is a transversal, there are angles formed. If you notice, I'll just show you. This is one angle formed here. Here also another formed, like this one, this here. Then there are, I'm talking about only the one transversal, the first one which I had drawn and the one which I'm using now. So these are the angles formed when a transversal intersects two given parallel lines. Now I'll also show you this part of it. I'll just shade, maybe try and shade it. This part is called the interior or the internal region, and this is known as the external region of this figure. Now, what types of angles are formed when a transversal intersect? One is alternate angles, the other is corresponding. They are co-interior angles as well. Let me just draw a figure again, so that we learn about the alternate, the corresponding angles. I have drawn the transversal. Let me mark the angles as well as name them here, right? I'll name using numerals. Let this be 1, this be 2, this as 3, this is 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. It will be easier for us to discuss. Now first one is alternate angles. I'll just note down the terms. Alternate angles. The angles which lie between the two lines on the opposite side of the transversal, between two lines, and are opposite to the transversal. They lie on the opposite sides of the transversal. So in this figure, 4 and 6 are the pair of alternate angles. They are sometimes called the Z angles actually. So angle 4 is alternate to angle 6. Also at the same time, I would tell you that when there are parallel lines and a transversal is drawn, the alternate angles are actually equal. That means angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Similarly, angle 3 is equal to angle 5. Now these two are called the interior alternate. They are called the interior alternate angles. Interior alternate angles. And the exterior alternate are the ones I write again here. 2 and 8. Angle 2 and angle 8. They will also be equal. The alternate angles are equal. As well, angle 1 is equal to angle 7. These are the exterior alternate angles. Even they will be equal. You have to locate this in various figures which come your way. The positioning of them. Now this was the one 4, 6, 3, 5 and then 2, 8 and 1 and 7. The next set is about corresponding angle. Corresponding angle. Oh, sorry. I made a couple of spelling mistakes there. What are the corresponding angles? Because they are correspond in position. They both either lie above or below the lines on the same side. As in alternate angles, they were on the opposite side of the transversal. With corresponding angles, they will be on the same side of the transversal, and the pairs are again equal. Like angle 1 is equal to angle 5, they make a pair of corresponding angles. Similarly, 2 will be equal to 6. Oh, I made a mistake here. There are two different pairs, so I'll write it separately now. Angle 2 will be equal to angle 6, and then 4 is equal to angle 8, and then angle 3 will be equal to angle 7. Even these are 4 pairs of corresponding angles which are equal. Another thing along with the parallel lines we would learn is called the co-interior angles, or angles are on the same side of transversal. They are the internal angles on the same side of transversal. Here I'll write it down. Co-interior angles. Like 4 and angle 5. They say the co-interior angles are supplementary. So angle 4 plus angle 5 will be equal to 180. And angle 3 plus angle 6 will also be 180 degrees. These are the basic, kind of sharing on the parallel lines. And then we will in the next video try to take up questions applying this few concepts. Thank you.